Hi everyone, my name's Tash. I'm an artist and I'm introducing to you my book Petals and Pigments. If you really want to learn how to do adult colouring and introduce yourself to the world of journaling, then this book will be for you. It's available as downloads. You just need to check my link in bio or go to my website. The book is also available in TikTok Shop and also on my W, so you can check out those. Right, we're going to start colouring in. So first of all, each page has an image that you colour in, and there is an example colour at the bottom, so you don't even have to think about what to colour. You also don't need to worry too much about the shading. All the darks and the lights are there for you on the page, and you just go over the top. You can look, if you wanted to do real detail, then you can do, it's all there for you, but really this is just about having some downtime, so try not to restrict yourself too much and enjoy the process. It's all about the process. So I've got some pinks picked out, pinks and some purples. I haven't got the greens yet, so we'll worry about that when we get to it. Now the first bit I want to do is this pink part up here. It's quite a nice pale pink, so I've chosen a nice pale pink. This is actually coral from a set I had from Artful. I have a very wide range of brands of pencils and I use them all. I mix them up depending on how I'm feeling that day, really. It isn't for any other particular reason. I enjoy being able to just use them all up and use the different colours the different sets provide me with. Now I can see there's this colour is on this side and this side, so I'm going to run with that and just do that lightly over there. Now you can a little bit see through to the other side, so just be careful you are colouring in the right side. It's only when the designs are much darker. As you can see on that side, it's a really dark design. The shading was very dark on that one. So right, I'm just going to leave that like that. Now using the same colour, I'm going to start on this flower down here, and all we're going to do is colour in wherever we want to colour in, basically. So I'm using this, I'm going to use this colour over the whole thing, but I am going to go in the direction of the petals so that I'm keeping some kind of shape to the peony. These are peonies, by the way, if you weren't sure what they are. So I'm just putting this base colour down on all of the petals. And to be honest, even if you did that with the way that it's already shaded, that would be fine. If that's what you wanted to do, it's your choice. It would be your book, your time. So you do what you want to do and what you can manage. And that's really, really important. So I'm just checking to see which parts are part of the flower. And as you can see, some bits go really dark in there. So I'm going to save that for when I do actually come and do those areas. Do a really nice dark pink. Right, so I've gone around and I've kind of filled in all of the petals very lightly with that colour. That just gives us something to build up from. I'm going to try and find a pink that's a little bit darker than that one, but not too dark. So I'm going to try my Brook Fooders. So I'm coming in now with slightly darker pink, and I'm just doing little round motions and filling it in where I think it should go. Definitely down here, I'm actually going to use this pink that's kind of a pinky red in the really dark areas. So we're creating that shadow, but we are actually following the shadow on the page and using the book to guide us. So I'm just filling in some little of the dark bits and going round and just making a start, and then you can start to see it come to life and it'll pop off the page, and it does it really easily because it's showing you where to put those marks. You can actually see in the drawing around here, and you can see from the shading, and that's why I've done it like that. With this book, I could have turned them into just plain line drawings, and yes, it would have taken me a lot longer to do the book, but I just didn't think it was necessary. I think you can get what you need from it quickly, much quicker anyway, by having the grayscale. So yeah, just enjoy the process. Don't stress too much. There's no wrong or right. You can do whatever you want with yours. I'm just going to pause this a minute. Okay. Just coming around here. Right. I want to come in with this kind of rosy colour now. And that will be what a lot of this one will be made up of. But this is most definitely kind of like a creamy pink. So I want to leave a lot of that creamy pink behind. I'm not going to do much else to this one. Now this petal down here, I missed it, but that's probably because it is so pink. So I'm going to do that with the normal pink and then come in with my very light pink round here and blend it into that one. There we go. And again, come up here. Just keep going over it until you're happy. Eventually the paper won't let you put any more pencil down anyway. So if you can see a shape of a petal when you're looking down here and you want to put a bit more shape in, then go back and shade it in. So you can see already it's starting to come to life. You leave it so you leave your white spots white, go in with the dark colours in the darker areas, and then leave it at that. Okay. Just going to sharpen the pencil. If you keep your pencil sharp, it will really help you. So, coming in over here, my pink. This one is quite a bit lighter here, so I'm just going to put my light coral pink in there. This is all definitely pink down here, but just be darker in some areas and light in some, and then that helps to create the sense of 3D because we're seeing the light and the dark, so it all makes sense. So I'm just going to go over a lot of it with this pink because it is the pinker peony. But like on this bit, I can see the top bit's quite pale. So I'm just going to slightly touch that, but then the pink at the bottom is going to be darker. Sorry about that, I just had to pause it because my air pressure machine decided it needed more air, and it's very noisy when it does that. Basically that keeps my flatbed press working when I need it to work for me. It's air pressure that makes it work, and it's very, very handy because the manual presses, they really make my arms hurt. Now I may end up fast forwarding this for some platforms, so from here on in it may start to just speed up. There's no need for you to watch the whole thing through. But there will be a full length one available as well, so it's there if you do want it. So I'm just constantly looking back at the picture and thinking, where is it dark? Where do I need to put those darks in? And that will help with creating the 3D-ness, the shadow of it all. Because we're coming in and starting to put those dark bits in. Quite a lot of the bit in here where it's all black shaded, come in with your darker pink. Because we don't want to leave it black. We can go over that blank with darker coloured pencil, and it brings it more to life with a tint of colour. And then blend it up through. just like that. And then I'm coming in just around the edges of these petals here, because that helps to create a bit of shadow where you'd have shadow sort of in between those petals. And here. And here. And definitely lots here. In the middle, I haven't done purposely not done the middles because we're coming in with different colours and I can do them at the same time. So this is definitely much darker here. And then this one is very light. It's almost like the colour we had on the other one. So we'll come in with that there. Maybe we'll create a little bit of darker shading, and then that helps to show where that other petal is sitting on top of that petal. Can you see how that's just created a little bit, just a little bit of shadow? The shadows are what make the picture come to life. The lights and the darks. I'm going to use this now to come up on these petal edges because they are there. We don't want to leave them completely white just because they're not dark. So that one's got a really nice mixture of the kind of coral colour and also some different pinks. Right, I'm going to come into the middle with a little bit of orangey yellow. And I am just going to be really loose with it. I'm going to come out in the direction of the stems in the middle. Can't think what you call them. My brain's gone blank. But yeah, so that's quite a bright yellow. So we need to darken that down a bit. But that's okay because that's how we layer up. Look, we've got the good effect, and literally all I've done is just go over it. That's why I've done the book like this for you guys, so that it's an easy job. We don't want to make things hard for you. Right, let's try this orange. Yeah, let's get a bit of that in. Now all I'm going to do is curl that in circles into the different sections of the middle. So all I'm doing is I'm going round, curling it round, and just putting it in different places. You don't need to actually physically colour in perfect because all of it's already there for you. We just want to make sure there's some different shades of colour to make it look as though it's coming to life. Hopefully now you can start to see how it comes to life, that it is actually looking like flowers and not a big grey blob. Okay, I'm happy with that. So remember, the standard we're going for is just to enjoy the process. Okay, it doesn't have to look perfect. In fact, it shouldn't look perfect. It should just look nice. That's enough. And you should just be happy that you've created it. It's all about the process. So I'm kind of going in the direction of the petals so that when you do normal adult colouring, that's not joined up with a journal like this, that's what you need to do to create the shape of whatever it is you're colouring. You need to make sure you're going in that direction. Come up here and do a bit more of that pink. I think we're also going to need some of that lighter pink. There we go. So let's create some petal shapes now. There's one, because this is at the top of the petals. Really, we had to wait until we used this before we could properly make those petal shapes, because we need to use that nice pale pink colour. What did I say it was? Coral, it's called. Okay, so that's that one. And that one. Okay, and then we're going to come in with some of that yellow, just a little bit of it in the middle, and just touch on the top of the red that the pink that we've already put down, and it kind of creates just like a pink peachy colour because we've layered it. That's fine. That's all we need to do for that one as well. Because the original picture is it's not super detailed. on these leaves here. It's the two flowers in the middle that are the focus. It goes kind of flat, and what I mean by flat is that it just doesn't have the detail. Right, I need to come in with kind of a bluey green here, I think. These are, that might be a bit much, but what I'll do is I'll layer with that. Actually, no, I think we're okay. I think that's kind of perfect. Remember, we're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to have a go. We can even completely change the colours we're seeing and put our own colours in. It's totally, totally fine. It's your book. Experiment. And of course, it depends what colours you've got as well. I mean, I've got a ridiculous amount of pencils because I kind of, for the past year, I've been collecting different sets. Well, longer than that, the past few years. So I have a few different sets, but they are getting low again. Now I'm just going around thinking, where else can I find this kind of bluey colour? So I'm coming in and just doing a bit more here and there. So that's that bluey green colour done. I've just realised that down here is, I think it might be an orange flower, and this might be part of it as well. So we'll do that. As I say to you, this background bit is really very, very sort of flat, not too much detail, so don't worry too much. And I'm just going over a bit where I want it to be a bit darker, where the shading is already showing me it wants to be a bit darker. I'm just going through my pencils. I want to try and find similar to that, but a bit bluer. I think that might be practically the same. That's practically the same. Let's try this kind of sky blue colour. This looks nice. See what I mean about you don't have to be too perfect about it. Just wanted to get another version of blue in there. That looks nice. And then just come in and pop it in different places. Like there is a bit of blue down there when you look close. I want to do a bit of purple, but I don't want it to be too strong. Let's try this one, because these here are purpley. So I'm pressing really lightly. So that we just get like a faint little pastel purple colour. That's coming out lovely. There we go. While you're doing it as well, you'll be so engrossed in the detail that you'll forget to look back. So do remind yourself to kind of pull back and have a look at the overall thing, and then you'll feel really pleased with yourself of how lovely it's looking. This one, I think I'm going to do a little bit darker. There we go. Not too dark. And there's still quite a bit down here. There's lots of different colours. So I'm actually not going to look too much now. I'm just going to come in and do what I feel like doing. Because that's the point of art, is to enjoy it and just do what you want to do. I think I'll put some of that in. I like that colour. Put some purple down here. And it's so nice when it all comes together towards the end. It's really starting to look very pretty. Sorry about all the clashing of pencils. I do tend to have a lot out. And it's a bit annoying, I know, sorry. They're all rolling about on my table. Now that one, I've just mixed that bluey colour and the green together. That looks nice. I want to come in with some green. And there's some green over here. I'll try and come up above so you can see it as I'm doing it. I'm trying to get my arm in the right place for you guys. Don't really want to be in the way too much. So we haven't done this flower up here, have we? All here. So let's do these. So I'm just coming around in big strokes because the grey is already there. And then we want to go much lighter at the top. And blend that down. There we are. See how quick it is. Brilliant. Right, so here I do want some more of this blue. Even though it's kind of more pinky in the book, I can go over it in pink. Now, if you want to create very definite shapes of leaves, you can do that as well. One thing you could do is go over the whole thing with some black liner pen when you're done, but it's not something I feel the need to do. But if you want to do it, then you can do it. It's just another idea for you. Just going over the blue with that coral because it kind of makes a new mixed colour. It's nice. Okay, so now we need to come up this side and then we are nearly done. So what we got here, more purpley. We started with a more purple and then it goes a bit more slightly like that lighter pink and yellow. And again, I'm not being super detailed. I try and get the colouring done in about 20 minutes so that then you've got 10 minutes or so to do the writing, and then the whole thing only takes what, a few 30 minutes. I mean, that's a really manageable amount of time to find to complete these activities, isn't it? We are, as I say, a bit over that time today, but this is one of the bigger pictures. This is one of the ones with more parts to it, more colours. Some of them are easier than others, so just pick whatever mood you're in. Obviously, if you're not in the greatest mood for doing it, just don't pick one like this. Pick one of the simpler ones, because sometimes you'll feel like it and sometimes you really won't. So the other thing about this is not to put the pressure on yourself. If you're not in the mood for doing it, don't do it, because then you'll ruin a page. You'll know that you've ruined it because you couldn't be bothered. I have done this many a time with many things in the past, and it's best to wait till you are properly in the mood and then you can go for it. So I've done the basic layer of everything now, and what I could do is go back in and maybe add some more detail, but I'm happy with it as it is. Then I would go to the back of my book, find my affirmations. There's 100 affirmations in there. Find my journal prompt, so the affirmation for today goes in there, journal prompt in here, or just a thought about your day, and then what you're grateful for down here. Just one thing you can think of, and that's today's art journal. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said before, if you wanted to make everything stand out a lot, you could go over it in black line pen. It's a really good thing for you to do, but I just quite like it like that, nice and muted. Okay, have a good day everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. See you in the next one. Bye.